The first concert of the new Philharmonic Orchestra's 17-18 season is Mahler 5. This famous work should pack an emotional punch since it'll be performed with a giant 70-piece orchestra. The symphony opens with a beautiful, iconic trumpet solo, and here to give you a preview is the trumpeter himself, Wes Skidgel. Awesome. That was wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. You know, I have never sat this close to somebody who was playing the trumpet. Is most of the sound just from the power of your blowing into the horn?
Yeah, yeah.
I did not see you breathe one time. Where, when, and how are you breathing?
Oh,
through your nose?
I breathed a couple times that are quick and just through my mouth, and sometimes through your nose, depending. But I think for this, it was mostly through my mouth.
What's the hard? That's a hard, imagine, piece to play. Yes, because it's so sustained.
Well, that, and you know, you're starting the whole piece by yourself. I mean, those soft, you know, triplets at the beginning, and it's actually on a kind of one of the worst notes on the trumpet.
Oh, is
actually,
it?
yeah. So to come in by yourself, you know, like that, it can be a little bit
unnerving.
Nerve-wracking, yeah.
And the orchestra you're going to be playing with is 70 pieces, 70 people, so no pressure.
Yeah. Well, when they all come in, it'll be a little.
It'll be a little comforting.
Yeah, yeah.
So, in terms of music for a trumpeter, is this Mahler 5 one of the better pieces for you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's got one of the more famous trumpet solos. It's on every trumpet audition, and it's something, you know, I've been listening to, you know, since, you know, the end of high school at least. And it's a very you know, Mahler in particular is something that trumpet players like a lot because he writes a lot of, you know, great stuff for trumpet players. I mean, he writes a lot of great stuff for all the instruments, but in particular trumpet, there's a lot of.
It's so majestic and powerful.
Yeah, there's a lot of heroic stuff. I mean, it runs the gamut though, even in particular this symphony. I mean, we have any type of playing you want. There's technical stuff, there's lyrical, beautiful lyrical playing, there's soft playing, there's loud playing.
So this song that you just played, this little clip, what is the challenge in this? The technical, what is the?
This one has a little bit of all the above because there's some, you know, tonguing at the beginning and it's on a wonky note, and it's by yourself, right. But it also gets loud, and you have to be able to control your sound, and yeah, and also being able to, you know, the dramatic part of it as
sure.
Because I mean, if you notice, the beginning is very simple. It's da 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 da. Da, 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 da. And if you just played it, you know, without any inflection, it'd be kind of boring. You're like, why are they just playing the same note over again?
Right.
And you know, the first line and a half only has two notes, two different pitches you're playing. So that's part of the challenges too is building the drama of it and making sure that it's exciting, even though you're giving very minimal.
You did a great job
to work with. So.
How long have you been playing?
Since I was in 4th grade, so I don't know, do the math.
We won't out you on your age. So tell me, in terms of your career, where did you study?
I studied I did my bachelor's degree in trumpet performance at Wheaton College.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so right in town, near town.
Sure.
Here. And then I went and did my master's at DePaul.
Good for you.
Where I studied with John Hagstrom, who plays in the Chicago Symphony.
Where else do you play besides New Phil?
You know, all over the place. I play sometimes in Iowa, sometimes in Michigan, different places around, you know, Chicago, Indiana. So yeah, all over the place.
And in terms of, do you just do classical? Do you do jazz? Do you do all kinds of music?
I do mainly classical.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't call myself a jazz musician. I don't want to insult anyone
You don't
who
want to
actually
insult the
plays,
jazz musician?
Yeah, anyone actually plays jazz. But you know, if you give me, you know, like a jazz solo that's written out, I can, you know, I feel like I can fake it enough for most people. Maybe someone who really knows jazz.
You faked it for me. I bought it. Tell us about New Phil. How long have you been with New Phil Orchestra?
I don't know the exact time. Well, I've played 4 or 5 years, something like that. Yeah.
Well, it's been a great year for the orchestra. You guys won Orchestra of the Year, and you've just been. It's just been a really successful time, I think.
And the summer concerts went really well, I thought.
Didn't they?
Yeah.
So what's next for you?
This is definitely a high on the priority list, though. It's probably the next biggest thing that's coming up for me. I have, you know, some other smaller stuff, but this is definitely the next big thing on my calendar. And then I'm playing a solo for some educational concerts in October with one of Kirk's other orchestras.
Oh, nice.
The Northwest Indiana Symphony. It's a Spanish bullfighter solo called the La Virgen de la Macarena. It made an appearance in an iPhone commercial recently.
No way.
The one where there's the guy jumping off the high dive into the water.
Oh, wow.
So that solo was.
So Wes, for a young person who might want to play the trumpet, what advice would you give to them?
Well, first of all, you need to get a good teacher to show you how to set up properly and use the right amount of air. But yeah, I think the first things first is making sure you have someone that knows what they're talking about to show you how to do it. Because there's a lot of technical stuff in trumpet that, you know, I wouldn't say any more so than many other instruments, but I think like any instrument, like there's things that you can do right off the bat that'll put you ahead. And there's things that you can do if you're doing wrong right off the bat that will give you a harder time later on.
And practice, right?
Yeah, absolutely, practice.
How many hours a day do you practice?
At least 3, usually more.
Holy cow, 3 hours a day?
Yeah.
Every day?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes if I have a heavy, like when I'm playing Mahler 5, I won't practice 3 hours because the trumpet players have to sit, you know, the way of muscles we have to use. So,
Right.
But on a day when I don't have a big performance or something, it's at least 3, usually a little more.
Well, thank you for coming and taking time out of your rehearsing schedule to be with us.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks. This has been a pleasure.
Thank you. The New Philharmonic will have 2 performances of Mahler 5 on Saturday, September 23rd at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday, September 24th at 3 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at the Mahler Arts Center box office or online at themac.org, or you can call 630-942-4000. That's all the time we have for today, but be sure to tune in next month for even more behind-the-scenes insight on our next episode. On behalf of the Mahler Arts Center and the College of DuPage, I'm Diana Martinez, and thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you at the theater and next time on Backstage Buzz.